Wow. We got a little bit of the other wow. Wow, it's Tuesday. It's July 2nd, believe it or not. Another month.
Qualifies as a whoops, it's Tuesday.
Oh, this is a whoops, it's Tuesday.
We're not going back to that again, are we?
Yeah. Whoops, it's Tuesday, July 2nd, 2018, and counting. My name is Bob Plass, and I am happy to be here at the studios of WSKB.org. No, com. Is it org?
Yeah, you were right.
Okay, WSKB.org.
Yes.
At the beautiful campus of Westfield State University in the beautiful city of Westfield, Massachusetts, in the beautiful state of
He's about to say Western Massachusetts.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know.
It's usually how we feel that way.
It's the state of Western Massachusetts, yes. Yeah.
What is the state of Western Massachusetts?
A state of confusion.
Anything west of 495.
Yeah. Well, oh, no. Absolutely. People don't think of... We could actually defect or whatever the thing... What's the word?
Secede.
Secede.
And we want to secede from the Union.
Oh, yeah. Right. We would be one of those... We would be like Bermuda or someplace that people would go to. You know, we would our tourism. We would thrive by tourism in Western.
See, the
only time this part
of something there.
Yeah, don't you think?
The only time this part of the state exists is when the Boston Pops comes out to Tanglewood. That's it. We don't exist.
Well, in the summertime, we're a summertime.
No, we're wintertime.
Location.
We have skiing.
Oh well. Oh yeah. Well, that's
and
true.
Wonderful things
Those
in the wintertime.
chuckleheads on the eastern part of the state go to Maine.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they don't.
We're talking about we would be this.
Sure.
Peter, we would have this big campaign about Western, or we'd have to change our name. We wouldn't be Western Massachusetts.
They already tried to change it. Remember West Mass?
How long
did that
almost
last?
been.
Oh my God, that's right.
It's almost been a ballot question a couple of times.
Is that
in my
right?
lifetime? Yes. Oh yes, it's been seriously discussed.
To make us a little state like Rhode Island, so we would be a tiny little state.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
West Mass.
West Mass.
Hey, look, there's a Virginia and a West Virginia.
Well,
Dan Alley doesn't have a ballot question for this election. Let's get him on that.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Dan's good with writing ballot questions. He really is.
Yeah. Well, okay.
He is.
Yeah, I know he is. So let's discuss just for a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Before we do, let me tell everybody who you guys are. I'm Bob Plass. Last time I looked. And you are J. Pagluca, my
Thank
trustee.
Thank you for the coffee, Mr. Plass.
Yes, thank you very much.
Always. J. Pagluca is trusty, dusty, lusty, musty, and crusty. And
that's my favorite part.
That's right.
I like being old and crusty.
Old and crusty, yes. And Peter Coles, who was June's joyous jock, is now become July's jumpin' Jehoshaphat. Joy Boy. I don't know. Joy Boy. How about Joy Boy?
Joy Boy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's work on that one. I like Jehoshaphat. So I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat of July.
Now, the Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. You were the first Jumpin' Jehoshaphat.
See, now that goes back to my childhood with my mother singing John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. See, everybody knows that, right?
His name is my name too.
That's the one. Yeah.
You know. Let me tell you something.
Do you have a story about that? Don't you, Bob?
No, we have never. There is a generation gap between John Joseph Jeremiah Smith or whatever. That's not even close. That was never sung when I was growing up in the 40s and the early 50s.
Was it? Did it mean something bad? Why?
No, I think that song was written. Check on where that song came from. I bet it was written late 60s or something, Peter, because I never heard of that until about a year ago when somebody sang it with their kids or something. Yeah. You sang it to your kids?
I grew up with that in the 60s.
Really?
Yeah.
No. This was mine. Oh, do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man?
Yeah, he lived on Jury Lane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, see, you inherated that song.
No,
that was the one.
No, that was actually in Shrek. That was in the first Shrek movie.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They were after that gingerbread cookie or something. Yeah. The gingerbread man was being chased by the Muffin Man.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
Right. Peter, do you have that there at all?
Okay, so while the origins of the songs are obscure, some evidence places its roots with vaudeville and theater acts in the late 19th century and early 20th century. popular in immigrant communities. Some vaudeville acts during the area, such as the work of Joe Weber and Lou Fields.
Well, Lou Fields and Joe Weber, I do know them.
Often gave voice to the shared frustrations of the German-American immigrants and heavily leaned on malapropisms.
Okay. That's when you misuse a word.
With the difficulties of the English language as a vehicle for its humor. Further, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt shares many characteristics with My Name is Jan Jansen, a song that can trace its origins to Swedish vaudeville in the late 19th century. By the mid-20th century, the song appears to become already widely known. In 1931, Elmira Star-Gazette, a newspaper in upstate New York, reported the Boy Scout gathering at Seneca Lake. Scouts entered the mess hall, and they burst into the song.
And the Scouts of Seneca Lake, where Seneca Lake is actually where
upstate
suffragettes... Yeah, Seneca Lake, I think, is the home of suffragette movement.
One of the Finger Lakes.
Yes,
it was also noted in the Milwaukee Journal article in 1941.
Still, I don't think it made it to my neighborhood. Somehow or other, my mother.
It wasn't on Broadway, so you didn't know.
Yeah,
that,
I didn't know it. I think that correct
Daddy
me if I'm
Dewdrop
wrong.
released it as a B-side.
Really?
Yes.
What year?
On the Chickaboom as a B-side to Chickaboom.
No kidding.
Yep. 71 single.
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
Go see if you can find that.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Yeah, please.
Not the Chickaboom one. That one I know.
So
I'd like to hear him. I'd like to hear him do the John Jacob though.
So tell me again the lyrics of this. John Jacob.
He's going to play it. So
he's going to play it.
We'll get there.
And your mother sang this, and then you got it. You inherited it.
Oh, we sang it in school.
Oh, you did?
The kids in school.
Yeah, and then we'd shout at the top of our lungs. Da 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 da.
Never
Trust me, you'll like it.
I don't know the song.
When you hear it, you're going to love it.
Okay. So,
good morning, Bob.
Morning. You know, walking in this...
it's Tuesday.
Yeah, whoops. Walking in this morning, I was thinking, you know how you have a flashback to a former time in your life? Flashback. I had a flashback. I felt like I was 12 years old, and I was going on a trip, maybe to Maine or Cape Cod. No, I never went to Maine. Cape Cod or someplace, or to Washington, D.C. or someplace with my aunt, Grace. And I would get up early, and it would be hotter than blazes, and I would, I never was up this early, and they would pick me up, and we'd go out for coffee and all that business. What?
I got it.
Oh, great. You got some. We're going to hear it a little bit.
Yeah, after the story.
All right, great. So, I don't know. I have, and so this flashback to my youth, then what the next thought was, I never liked this weather, where you have to swim through the humidity. I am overheat. I am totally overheat.
So you want to move further north in your retirement instead of south?
I think I'm going to have to move further north. I think I'm going to probably have to move at the rate that global warming is happening. I might be up.
Do you realize we've had summers like this all through your life?
Yes, I know that. But I am moving probably to Newfoundland or someplace.
So Miami's not on your...
Say hi to the seals for me.
Yes.
The seals. Yeah.
Not on my agenda at all.
Actually, you'd probably do better in like Seattle.
Yeah, maybe
Vancouver.
someplace like that. Okay, so how the weather is so brutal. I ended up this weekend having a party outdoors at my house for 35 people. Are
you crazy?
Yeah, I know.
It was a fireworks show party?
Fireworks right across the street. No, it just happened to be for I have a goddaughter, Gina Pisano, Grace Pisano, who was raised by a single parent, basically, my cousin. She got into Harvard after graduating from UMass just recently.
Good for her.
$35,000 they gave her, and full-time doctorate or whatever. She doesn't have to pay a thing.
Good
and
for her.
paid her $35,000. She's going into plant biology. This is what we ought to do, Jay. Plant biology. So we had a party to celebrate Grace's success after having, being a single mom and having
it just goes to prove that hard work actually does work.
Man.
Here's
Don't expect it to be given to you.
Here's my entry to plant biology. I understand that plants grow better when they're when they're listening to music. So that's going to be my research paper, is all about which music helps plants grow better.
You know, I think that when we think about our plants as healthy, the plants are healthier.
Are you projecting again, Bob?
So we need to talk to them nicely.
No, I think that's it. How could they're living human beings?
That was
they're living.
They're living things.
Talk to your plant. That was a 70s thing. Now you go talk to
things.
your plants.
Well, no, I'm sure they do resonate at a certain vibration, like any other living organism.
Well, that was also the decade of the pet rock. So go figure.
Well,
No, but any living
sure.
thing has a resonance frequency that can be disrupted.
That's right.
So that it can also
right.
be bolstered.
And there must be some
Or
kind
broken
of,
like a crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has its own lifespan. And what's your favorite flower?
I have some kind of big whopping thing out front. I don't know what it's called, but there's white ones and
You have
blue
the
ones.
big weapon thing out front. Could it
go
be?
there.
I don't know.
My mother-in-law planted it. I don't know. My wife, they planted it. It keeps coming up.
It's a hibiscus, I bet.
It's like almost like a snowball.
Oh, those are beautiful.
And there's white ones and blue ones,
It's
and
a
they're
peony.
in bloom right now.
No, it's hibiscus or something.
They're in bloom right now.
Yes, and I bought.
They're beautiful.
I bought 4 of them at Flowers by Webster. I went down to our great friends over there because they were having a sale, $2 for one branch of those, and because they're like huge mothers,
they're
huge
out,
mother flowers. It's a big bouquet for
and
like
the nice thing
$8.
too is when they dry, they'll stay intact. So the whole flower stays intact, and they can
Is
dry.
it a hibiscus?
I don't know.
We ought to know this.
It doesn't.
They grow in the Cape and they're blue on the
it
Cape
stays
because
intact.
of the acid soil.
It stays intact, and you can dry them out and use them for decorations in the fall.
I do.
Yeah,
I
they're
have
pretty cool.
some right in my office. I have from last fall.
Big honking stalks too.
I wish we could.
I'll look.
What is it? Hibiscus.
Hey, by the way, the other thing too is I came home yesterday. And, all the heat and everything going on, and I see this river running across my kitchen. My refrigerator freezer decided yesterday was the day it wanted to freeze over and tell me it didn't want to work.
Oh my! Was it because of the heat outside?
I have no idea.
The overwork?
I have no idea. I think it froze internally.
Oh,
so I'm sitting there yesterday with a hairdryer, blowing it into the back to try to unfreeze it.
Oh my God!
Luckily, we have an old fridge in the basement, so I fired that thing up and I had a your screen went again.
Yeah.
I transferred everything to the basement, and then now
all of your food is in the basement.
No, that's not it.
Well,
no.
That's a hibiscus, and that's not it.
We got the wrong flower here.
So this is like a whole. This is like it looks like a the snowball cakes.
Yes,
it looks like that.
It's like a pom pom, only it's not a pom pom.
Yeah, exactly.
And you dry it, and it.
Where's my research department? It's probably not there yet. I work.
Why don't we? That should be
it's a hydrangea.
Hydrangea. That's right. Now you're right. Yeah.
All right.
I have one blue one and 2 white ones.
And depending on the acidity of the soil, like you say, that's how it determines the color. And you can buy, you can buy stuff you put in that you sprinkle around it,
but
and
it'll
come up a different color next year.
I don't do that, and it still comes up.
Well, it just comes up whatever.
Well, because the soil where you planted it probably is acidic, and the plant is programmed to be a blue plant.
Yeah, the plant's programmed to be a blue plant.
Yeah, but you could turn your white plant into a blue plant by making that soil really acidic.
Bob, I have the same soil across the whole front of the house.
Sand.
Actually, mine's pretty good fertilized because of the pine needles.
Oh, you are living near a pine forest?
Yes,
mine's
Bob.
pretty good and fertilized because I have lots of animals around.
Yes.
Have you noticed? I have jackrabbits. Did I tell you we have jackrabbits?
There are a lot of rabbits around.
Oh my God! What happened at Easter or whatever? And they're the cutest little things, and they're good eating. They're good eating.
Yeah, you know what? They're wonderful taking care of my grass.
Oh, they are. But they're adorable, aren't they?
And the woodchuck.
Yeah.
The woodchuck likes the grass too.
Oh man!
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could?
We're back to Joseph Jeremiah Schmidt or whatever his name is.
Ready? Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take a break, and this is.
Well, then why don't we just play this before the break?
Okay.
You want to play this as the break?
Play this
why
as
not?
the break.
As the break.
Okay.
And so Peter, who's
this
singing?
This is Daddy Dewdrop,
and that's on the other side
of. It's the B-side of Chicka Boom.
Chicka Boom, Chicka Boom, Chicka Boom, Boom Boom.
Yeah, the song.
Okay, let's hear it. Just love it.
support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield. Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest Ace dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio, 89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. Okay. Yeah, now.
Is that Kids Bop version or something? You know I could have plugged you in.
Prior to the break, everyone, Peter said that this was the flip side of Chickaboom.
It is.
Yeah. And we played this song. Now, did you hear that song? It was nothing but an introduction to a song. It didn't even.
No, it was the melody
song.
of the song.
Was it the melody of the song?
Yeah.
Well, roughly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And you never heard that before?
No, never heard that song. No,
that's why it was a B-side.
I'm done. Well, at any rate, we spent 20 minutes on a children's song. No, we didn't really.
We spent a little bit of time on my flooded kitchen and the refrigerator that doesn't want to work.
More time on less, Bob.
So So let's talk about the fireworks. So after
I was
30,
there.
So 35.
Jay wasn't, so somebody had to do the announcements.
We all moved. we could see them from my back.
You could see them from Park Square.
Oh,
the high ones.
Yeah,
there was pictures in the Westfield News. I was talking to the photographer. He goes, Patrick wants me to run down to Park Square after we start. And it was a long enough show where he got down there and people were laying on the blanket on Park Square seeing all the high fireworks.
It was so impressive.
And the pictures were cool behind the fountain and everything. It was very cool.
I bet. We kept saying, well, that's got to be the finale.
Yeah,
well, that's got to be the finale. Well, that's got to be the finale. It was. My 35 guests were impressed, and of course, I told
show.
Grace, the head of the party was for. I said that I actually had those fireworks for her.
Yeah, okay.
But there were how many?
It was a long show. It was like 26 minutes, probably.
It was one of the best.
I haven't timed it yet, but I got to edit it today because it's going to air tomorrow night on Channel 15.
You're actually gonna? Is it going to be the whole evening with Corey and the Knightsmen?
We did like 3 or 4 tunes with them, and then we're going to go from there.
I got it.
So we're going to hear some of the music.
And so you had vendors and...
food vendors. Yeah. They had face painting. They had a candy shop. City Fiber was there doing their...
Really?
Yeah.
I got to tell you this.
And the Westfield 350 committee was there as well.
Yeah. I was so impressed by the fact that the police... I went over to the police because we were working on our Pumpkin Fest stuff, believe it or not, for October 13th already for Westfield End Weekends. And so I'm over at the police. I'm with Chief Camerata and Captain Valère and Sergeant...
That's Valier.
Valier. And Sergeant Saunders.
Yes.
And we're all talking about closing the street and all that business and stuff. But they were in the middle of setting up for the fireworks. And I said... You're setting up for the fireworks? Of course. Who's setting it up other than us? And I said, well, yeah, because the city is running. And the police were setting up for the fireworks.
Yeah.
And working their tails off on this hot day.
Yeah.
Including the auxiliary police.
Right.
Don Humison Sr. and Captain Bob or Officer Bob.
Sorrell.
Well, so what's up, Bob Sorrell?
Yeah. They couldn't do this without the auxiliary. There's not enough regulars to do what they do.
No, and I'd go beyond that and say all of the events that happen here in Westfield. It's the obviously the city police department leads the charge here, but the auxiliary force is just phenomenal in enabling us to do the things we do out here. So if you see those guys, those are the guys in the bright green vests that are that really help watch what's going around.
And also, this time around too, especially with this event, the Cadet Corps, which used to be called the Explorers, they're all high schoolers from anywhere from like 13 to 18 or something like that. And they were around the grounds looking for lost people, things like that. So they were out there in force too. So there was like, a supplement of like 40 people that needed to be to do this event that were auxiliary volunteers and cadet volunteers.
Those are the same folks that are around the green when we do Music Fest and Pumpkin Fest and all of those
everything.
things.
And Jay, I think that people think that the police are only there for they see them doing their patrol work or their when they're working on the street and they're telling you to move and not move and all that stuff. They are so much a part of this community, and
they don't get paid for stuff like that either.
No, and so we sit around talking about this future event, and they're saying, "Oh, I don't know about that," or "I don't know about that," but they're not. They're saying, we love this. We love Pumpkin Fest. We love our town to have all kinds of events. And let's figure out a way to do it. It's not like, oh, no, you can't do that or whatever. This is a group of people, men and women, who are so connected to our town. I can't say enough about I can't say enough about the firemen as well.
And Pete, you said it. They're volunteers. These are
the auxiliaries.
In some cases, they're retired cops. In some cases, they're trainees
guys that want to become reserves. That want to work their way into the business, and this is a good way to get your feet wet. But they do all these events for free, and we're taxing them more and more, and you just got to make sure that they're organizations that use them, please donate to their fund so they can keep equipment and things like that. Because these guys have to buy themselves.
If you'd like to do that, if you'd like to donate,
they buy their own uniforms. Did you know that?
Yeah, they buy their own gear. If you'd like to know more, contact the chief of police, John Camerata. He kind of leads that pack and
he
can put you in touch with the right people. We are now, what you don't know is we are right now working on a spring fundraiser for them. So stay tuned for more.
Oh, that is so terrific. Wonderful. Hey, and you use them at the next Music Fest. When's that and what's happening?
Oh, Music Fest is the Kicks Country Music Fest coming up.
Oh, you're going to hire me?
No,
Bob.
Canoe the Country Musical.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound so disappointed. July 19th is going to be on the green. That's the next Thursday.
It's my son's birthday.
Well, then bring him along.
I'll tell him to come over.
Have a bigger concert just for him.
I won't be here. I'll tell him to come over.
It's July 19th.
July 19th.
July 19th, and it's and these are up and coming. They're really good.
Chris Campbell is the headliner, and although I'm not up on current country, I understand from a lot of folks that he is hot right now at a national level. So
that's what it is. We get him either like the year before or the 6 months before they really hit.
Yeah, he's got a couple of records on the charts now coming up. So that's Chris Campbell,
and that's with Kicks Country, and we got to mention the sponsor, Westfield Gas and Electric is right. Is that right?
The G&E, the Tavern, Commercial Distributing, and the Westfield News are all helping to make this happen.
I love it. And
of course, Whip City Fiber, which is powered by Westfield Gas and Electric.
Oh yeah. Whip City Fiber, honest to God. And it's in neighborhoods now throughout the town?
They're still expanding. They're still finishing out, building out their bond.
Yeah. And those that don't have it wish they did.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, so what did you think of last week's show with my 51-year-old reunion?
Oh, I had a blast.
Aren't those guys great? Honest to God. We had 3 days after they left. Yeah, for folks that didn't know, I had two people and their wives, my friends from Holy Cross and their wives who I knew 50 years ago. They've been married to their wives for 50 years. Hadn't seen or talked to them for 51 years.
And they don't want to come back and see you again for another 50 years.
Oh, yeah, no. You know what happened? And yeah, this is what happened. We actually, Jim Nagel, the professor from Chicago and his wife, emailed us this week to say this, that they came as friends and they left as family.
There, that's very nice.
Wasn't great?
Did they watch your show? Did you guys all watch the show on YouTube?
Oh, I know. Well, I think they have already, but I know. But it was a good show. If you want to watch it on YouTube and you were in college in the 60s, it was pretty nostalgic. Did I look young or what? Did you think that I was the youngest looking? I know. Yeah. Because
Bob, you're so vain.
I am so vain. I got a vanity for you that you won't believe. And when Mark Auerbach, our critic extraordinaire, comes on in the next hour or so,
can you be humble and vain in the same?
I'm sort of a combination of that.
Doesn't work.
Somebody once said to me,
humbly vain.
Yeah. If the shoe fits, wear it. Wear the shoe, and then whatever. But so anyway, when we come back at 6:30, I am going to talk about I'm having some plastic surgery done.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, yeah. Good. Just get ready for this. Get ready.
We may need to bring in Mark for that.
Oh, my gosh. So at any rate, hey, I'm watching a great video on, I think it's Netflix, or not, Amazon or one of those stations, and it's called A Song for You, the Austin City Limits story. And it's about Austin City Limits, the show on PBS. It's been on for 25 years.
Yeah, it's a great show.
26, 28, I don't know, whatever. And so on that show, they introduced me to Tao.
It's Tao and the Get Down.
You know this.
I've heard of them, yes.
Tao and the Get Down, Stay Down. Tao, and they're really wonderful.
They are wonderful.
Oh, my God. And it's a young Vietnamese woman. And she's a citizen of the United States, but her ethnicity is Vietnamese. And she is the leader of this incredible band. And so I'm going to play...
you need to start watching the show we have on Channel 15 called Legends with Don Odell.
Oh.
Great jazz.
Oh, really?
Jazz, rock, everything.
When is it?
I'll give you the schedule, but I think we are at Saturdays at 10, and then during the week, sprinkled during the week.
Oh, I'd like to hear this. Don Odell, and what's the name of the show?
It's a show called Legends.
Legends.
Yeah, it started as Blues Time, but now it's gone into Legends, and my friends out in Palmer shoot it for him.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. So Tao and the Get Down, Stay Down. This is a great song for us. It's a small, stripped-down version of a larger song of theirs called Kindness Be Conceived.
From me, then I've been a villain all my life. And if by a melody you stay and sway with me, I've been a salesman on the side. Kindness be conceived. When we wake in the California light, there is a concrete stuck between how we breathe and why we die. Why we breathe and why we die. Who wouldn't hold a wounded bird with anger stuck in time? I told you I would hold no more. It weighed too much like mine. we breathe and why we die. Why we breathe and why we die.
WSKB's programming is generously underwritten by Whip City Fiber, Westfield Gas and Electric, where they offer gigabit internet speed. Whip City Fiber, turning Westfield's neighborhoods into fiberhoods. On the web at whipcityfiber.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. Ken's Den, Tuesday, 8 to 10. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. It is July 2nd, 2018, and counting.
Oh, if they could only hear what we were talking about.
We've gone a half an hour now, and Bob still hasn't noticed that he's got a cord looped around one of his earphones. That's why everything's discombobulated. See it, Jay?
What is this?
See it?
I have every... Wait a minute. Here. What?
You look like you're harnessed in, Bob.
Look at him.
I've got these, I got my new glasses, and so, okay.
See,
I see.
Yeah,
You broke them. You broke your glasses.
No, I didn't.
See, those are just scary
They're
glasses.
magnetics.
Yeah.
There we are. They're called, everybody's asking me, aren't these chic? They're called Clicks.
No, they look
And
broken.
they're reading glasses, and they're divided in the center. You can get them on Amazon or one of those services or whatever. They're about $25 or $30.
Are they prescription or are they
No,
readers?
they're
cheaters.
Yeah, they're like they're cheaters.
Yeah.
Only they sit forever on your neck, and somehow or other, when
This
I
way
was in
Bob can't
Portugal,
lose them.
I didn't want to wear those librarian glasses. You get the string and you put your glasses.
See, this
in
is
the
my
string.
style. I just like doing, do
Well,
that.
that's very nice.
And this is mine.
Yeah,
Mine,
yeah.
I wear them on the top of my head.
Yeah, I like
Mine
that.
never come off.
Everybody
Mine.
has a favorite
Yeah.
place to
They
wear.
stay there.
So there's our question of the day. Where do you hide your glasses?
Yeah, yeah.
In plain sight?
Plain
do you
sight.
put them in
Right
your
up
pocket?
on my nose.
On
They're
your
there all the
nose.
time.
They're
Otherwise, I
on
can't see a
the-
plastic thing.
bifocals, yeah.
I can't see.
Or
a
do you
plastic
walk
thing.
again?
I
Or do you
have
walk in the walls if you
sunglasses
don't have
and
them?
readers all over the house.
Oh, me too.
I mean, in each bathroom, there's a pair of readers and sunglasses all over the place. Most of them are broken because they fall to the floor,
That's right.
and I forget that they're there. And I
Never
walk
buy
on.
an expensive one unless you
Oh, no.
buy it online, like the ones that I have. They stay around my neck. I said, I don't want to wear those librarian-like glasses. I don't want everybody. No, I don't know. And then I bought these. My college roommate had them years when he came to visit recently, and I was in Portugal, and a Portuguese woman, tapped me on the shoulder, and she pointed to my glasses around my neck, and she said, "Ooh, ooh." And then I said, "Oh yeah, they're glasses, they're whatever." And she said, "Chic, chic."
So they're chic glasses.
Freak out.
And so I now I'm thinking, now instead of wearing my glasses and looking like a
Until you're from the
librarian,
80s.
I'm now looking like I'm with it.
So later on
Yeah,
today,
okay.
after we get off the air, you'll
Yes.
put on your chic glasses as described in Portugal, and people will go chic.
Chic.
You walk
chic,
around the streets.
chic.
Now you want to find out what chic means in
All right,
Portuguese.
everybody.
In
that's right.
Portuguese, it probably means tacky.
All right, Bob. wait, everybody out there, when you see Bob with his glasses, go chic.
Okay,
Chic,
chic. Hey, listen to this. Okay, speaking of glasses, I am going in for plastic surgery on August 29th. Yeah, so I'm having plastic surgery.
Are
the
you-
first question was,
well,
which
no.
body part? Mark
Well,
says,
that would be my obvious question. What are you having done? But where are you having it done? Are you having it done locally, or are you going to Boston or New York?
Glad you clarified. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, yes.
You meant geographical location.
Remember how I made Dr. Schmoken a star from my GERD?
Oh,
I have that,
no.
gastroenterologist, Dr. Schmoken. Now I'm going to make Dr. Covisi. Dr. Stephen Covisi.
Have you asked him for permission?
I did yesterday.
Okay.
When I was Dr. Stephen Covisi is doing my my work. And he kept saying through the thing, "You're going to look so much younger, Bob. You're going to look so much younger." And and
Younger than what?
Yeah.
Bob has bought into the lie.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I do not. I am not. I am having this done for a medical reason. Does that give you any clue?
You are.
Sure.
I am clueless. I am totally clueless.
There's those of
right,
us, and then there's those of us that just don't want to know.
No. Everybody's going to want to know because I'm going to need help. I'm going to need help. Okay, so
now the rest of the story.
I've been noticing, I'm a big reader, and I'm wearing my glasses around my neck, and I've been noticing that I've been having some difficulty reading, and they're like these little flutters in my eye. Now, I had the cataracts all removed. We had new lenses put in, and in talking to Dr. Covisi, he said, Bob, you've got your eyes, you're suffering from ptosis. Now I thought, halitosis. No, ptosis. Ptosis. Have you ever heard of ptosis?
They have a name for everything.
No, this is my moment of learning. Please share. All right. So
ptosis is
all of Westfield and surrounding areas that listen to us now know what ptosis is.
Or they're about to find out.
They probably are. It is drooping eyelids. Drooping eyelids.
Oh, I've seen stuff for that on television. You just rub it under your eyes and it goes away, and and it has a picture of the guy with the droopy eyes, and then in the next picture it says there's no droopy eyes, because that's how I know it works.
Okay.
I don't know why you need to have this surgery when Peter Coles, our trusty engineer, has duct tape, and he could take a little slice of duct tape and put them.
DC voltage, wonderful
DC
thing.
DC voltage.
Bring your eyes up like this, and you'll be just fine.
So it turns out that ptosis. He's looking at my eyes, and he said, you can have it done, and insurance would pay for it. It's not, because I said plastic surgery. First, I am not a matron from the Upper West Side of New York.
No, but you will be after the surgery.
Oh God! So and I said, I really don't care that I'm aging pretty well for a guy, and I at least in my own mind I'm aging
there
pretty
goes
well.
the humble vanity again.
Okay, So it turns out that not only does I got too much lid. No, wait a minute. I've got too. What do you call this thing here? This stuff
It's
here.
part of your eye.
No,
eyelid.
What do you call that?
Yeah, it's eyelid.
Eyelid. I have too much eyelid, skin in my eyelids. So they're going to cut my eyelid and remove some of the skin from my eyelid. Okay? And then they're going to fold my eyelid, and they're going to open my eyes up a little bit. And keep the because what's happening
Wait a minute,
is...
Bob, they're going to open your eyes. You're going to become conservative.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, God.
I'm just getting us ready for the capital steps.
That's right. Yeah. So not only did he say that you have drooping ptosis or whatever, I also have a problem with the muscles in my eyes. And so what they do is just above the eyelid, they do they pull the eyelids up, the eyebrows up. On either side of my eyebrow is going to be pulled up.
Bob doesn't have drooping ptosis. He has open checkbook.
Oh no! Medicare is paying for this.
Let's cut to the chase.
Yes.
Let's cut to the chase. Are you bringing this up to the public so that you could get JPEG, Luca, or me to substitute host for you?
You're going to? Oh my God, yes! Because I said to him, "Well, doctor, I've watched the Joan Rivers stuff, and I've seen the
she
thing,
went too far.
Well, okay, but I've seen her bandaged and all that stuff. I said, oh my God, I don't know whether I could do that. He said, Bob, it's so easy, and I said, well, am I going to be all puffed up and bruised? And
is it scheduled for a Wednesday? So you have a week to recover?
No. It's and so. He said, yes, you're going to be bruised, and you're going to be, it's going to be puffed up. But it will only be bruised and puffed up for about a week, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Bob needs. See, Bob, you shouldn't have told anybody. Then you could have come in and got sympathy votes. Say you got mauled by a bear.
Oh, this is very.
Yeah. Now that you've told the world, your next step as part of the opening of the casino in downtown Springfield is why don't you have your surgeon rent the Mass Mutual Center?
Where we could have a reveal,
and 9,000 of your personal friends or those that listen to you here on radio could come down and watch.
They could watch my. Well, actually. Oh, yeah.
And he could be opening as the mummy.
Oh, my God. Well, here's the thing. Mark, you're awake through the operation.
Forget it.
No, never mind.
Stop. You are. So wait a minute.
Oops, it's Tuesday.
Yeah. 75% of the bruising and the puffiness is going to be done in 2 weeks. So I'll be able to come out. But I'm still, for 6 months, going to have some bruising on my face.
And you're going to be awake during the surgery and talking to this doctor while he's saying, stay still, Bob, I'm working on your face.
Oh, my God, I know.
My God. No, Bob, you can't talk the whole time. I'd rather knock you out.
And you'll know when they do too much because you'll have one of those smiles. The eternal smile.
Yes. He said,
people say, oh, my God, Bob, your kneecap looks so good. That lift is so perfect. Oh, my God.
My belly button is now going to be where my mouth is. It's tied. Oh, God. So it's scheduled for August 29th. Okay.
Oh, so that's after I come back.
Yeah. So Labor Day weekend. So I was thinking today, because I was trying to make it, because he said if you have any public appearances or whatever that you can't, for the month afterward, you're going to be pretty bruised. So you want to, and so I said, geez, I'm fine throughout the summer, but the only time they could do it is just before we do Hoot Day at Westfield State. So Hoot Day is one of those days, the first day of school, which I've always done Hoot Day. So you guys are going to have to handle Hoot Day.
You can come, Bob.
I'm not going to come looking like I was the fly. Remember?
It'll be a learning experience for the incoming freshman class.
Yes.
If they eat healthy and they get plenty of sleep.
This is a nursing school, by the way.
And they take care of themselves. When they get to be your age, they won't require this kind of enhancement.
Yeah, it's a teaching experience.
It's going to be a teaching experience.
A learning experience.
I am not going. This is the thing that they said you cannot bend for the first 2 weeks. Now,
your eyelids may fall off.
So
can you blink?
But can I sit? Is sitting the same as bending?
No. All I can tell you is I had 5 eye surgeries over a very short period of time.
Yes, that's right, Mike.
They said no lifting of anything over 10 pounds.
Because your eye would explode.
Or no bending. And there were all kinds of rules and regulations that were required. Well, the first time I picked up a half a gallon of something and your head throbs, you will not be lifting or bending because you're going to know that it hurts.
Yeah, don't buy a full gallon of milk because that's almost 8 pounds.
So were you incapacitated for like a week or two after?
I was incapacitated for quite a while.
Oh, Mark! Oh my God! Are you going to scare me? You really? Do you really think I should have this?
I did not have an eye job. If you look at the circles under my eyes, that's part 7. But I'm not sure that I'm going to go and do it.
Oh yeah.
As they say, I have a face for radio, so it doesn't matter.
You're a sweet-looking man, good-looking man. All right, everybody, we're going to take a break. Hey, we can talk about this when we get back, or when we're talking Broadway. But there's a Cher show coming to. It's called The Cher Show.
It is
about Cher, and this is a song from that show, which is.
I thought you picked it because you were having Groundhog Day or something.
No, I got You, Babe, Sonny and Cher. This is a song in the show, and we can talk about it when we talk Broadway. The Cher Show. I Got You, Babe from Sonny and Cher.
got flowers in the spring. I got you to wear my ring. And when I'm sad, you're a clown. And if I get scared, you're always around. So let them say your hair's too long. I don't care with you, I can't go wrong. Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you to hold my hand. I got you to understand. I got you to walk with me. I got you to talk with me. I got you to kiss goodnight. I got you to hold me tight. I got you, I won't let go. I got you to love me so. I got you, babe. 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 I got you, babe.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Wally Computer Associates, one of the largest technology providers in North America. Headquartered in Southwick, Wally provides all of the products and services that you'd expect from a world-class technology partner to schools, colleges, businesses, as well as state and local governments and agencies. Wally Computer Associates, meeting all of your technology needs. On the web at WCA.com. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. That's what you'll find on Ken's Den, Tuesdays from 8 till 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. It is
Before
July
the trailer
2nd,
fades out.
2018. Yeah, get me on the air. Get me on the air.
Oops, it's Tuesday.
We're
Yes.
trying to work out the schedule when I'm gone. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's going down to the Babe Ruth
World Series.
World Series.
I know. All of I'm pre-taping next week.
See, you're pre-taping your shows.
Yes.
So
for most of it, yeah.
Mark has a great show. What? In fact, now you're on forever or something.
Yes.
Apparently forever on Fridays from 8 to 9.
Yeah.
Wow. And so
Forever.
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 Yes,
Forever and ever,
perpetuity.
amen.
The eternal Peter Calls and I will be here eternally.
Yes.
Fridays from 8 to 9. We follow the eternally here from 7 to 8 JPEG Luca.
Oh, eternally, yeah.
6 to 8. I'm here longer than you thought.
That's exactly
Oh, yeah,
true.
he says just
And Jay and I actually are going to be
Tag teaming.
We're tag teaming with Peter. We're putting together a Capital Step special.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be fun.
The show was. We talked about the political commentaries, political satire, and I had just seen Andy Borowitz out in Boston, who was hilarious, by the way. It doesn't matter whether you're conservative or liberal. I mean,
you got to laugh. You got to laugh.
gotta
Both
laugh.
sides.
Although he did ask the audience at the very beginning of the show how many voted for Trump and how many voted for Hillary Clinton. 2 people clapped when he said Trump. And he goes, hello, comrades.
I think
most people won't admit it in a very democratic state.
That's it too. Yeah.
One of the things I've always wanted to ask the Capitol Steps, and I actually sort of know the answer.
Tell everybody who the Capitol Steps are.
Capitol Steps are a political musical satire group that has been performing in Washington and nationally since 1981. And it started when a group of congressional office workers got together and put a couple of skits together for a Christmas party. And they were quite funny, and the creators put together skits again for something else, and the next thing they knew, they were performing every Friday and Saturday night
in
Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Wow.
And then a touring company formed, and then a second touring company, and now there are, I believe, 4 touring companies.
Wow.
And the home team in Washington.
But they're not all the interns now.
No, none of them work. Most of them are professional actors now.
Yeah.
And they alternate between doing shows in D.C. and going other places. They're at Cranwell in the Berkshires through Labor Day.
Is that a long run for them?
That is. It's 9 weeks.
And is it every night, or
Every
just
night
weekend?
but Tuesday.
Really?
In the Berkshires. It's every Friday and Saturday night at the Ronald Reagan building in Washington, which is across the street from the National Theater and the Theater District.
Yeah.
They've got a great little theater there. It's called the Amphitheater.
Yeah. So tell us what you guys are doing for WSKB.
So we are going up there and live taping a 2-hour special. We're going to be talking with Mike Thornton and Barry Byrne, who are 2 of the stars of the Capitol Steps, and they've been there with the Steps for a long time. We'll be talking with Howard Breitbart, who's one of the pianists who works with the Steps, and he rehearses them during the day and performs with them at night. And then we're talking with Andy Foz, who is one of the techies who packs up the show and moves it from town to town.
Sort of like Jay would be doing.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but that's the most fun in my mind. Setting it up, figuring out how it's different in every room.
Yeah. Does he run the show every night?
He actually runs the show as well, and he sells the CDs in the lobby. He does a lot of things.
Sure. Jack of all trades.
What's interesting is, they'll get new material, and the new material will be created in Washington, and then the music and the lyrics get emailed to the troops that are on the road, and they rehearse, and then they add it into their shows. But there's the costumes, so they're buying, I guess, through Amazon. It's something we can ask Andy.
Yeah.
How do they get the wigs and the costumes and the props from that they create in Washington? How do they get them here? How do they get them? The other troupe that's on the road right now is just finished in St. Paul, and they're in Saugatuck and Ann Arbor on the 4th, and they may have just come to Chicago or are en route to Chicago.
Right.
And then there's another troupe that's getting ready to tour Florida. They'll be in Fort Lauderdale. And
you know so much because guess who is their press agent, right?
Well,
what's your
I've
title
done
there?
several things for them over the years, but as of I used to do the press and the marketing for some of their New England shows, including whatever they would do here in the Valley. They have a show every Thanksgiving weekend in Boston. And that was my role with them. And then if one of the cities needed press help, I would jump in and do it. Like help out in Orlando, I did one, and Daytona and Brattleboro, and now I do their national press.
Look at that. Right, our own Mark Auerbach.
You said you wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
What was the question?
That I wanted to ask them?
Yeah.
I want to find out how they integrate their stuff while they're rehearsing. How is the Berkshire Company learning new material from Washington?
And when do they do it? How long does it? Geez, because they have to. They don't have the words in front of them they've got to. It's like doing a Broadway show.
It's like doing a Broadway show
that changes on a regular basis.
That is on a pre-Broadway tour, and they're putting material in and taking material out.
Yeah. What is the name of the show? Because last year was Orange is the New, or 2 years ago, Orange is the New Barack.
Last year it was called Orange is the New Barack. This one is called Make America Grin Again. And their new CD, Make America Grin Again, came out last week.
And Borowitz was "Make America Not Embarrassing Again."
Yeah. But I brought I brought some CDs here last week, and for those of you that are looking for something to listen to over the 4th of July, they have a show called Politics Takes a Holiday. It's a July 4th special, and it's being aired on many NPR stations coast to coast, and you can go to the Capitol Steps website, which is capitalsteps.com, and click on Politics Takes a Holiday, and they'll tell you what stations it's being aired on and when. And on the 5th of July, you'll be able to listen to it on the website.
Can we get the rights to air that here on July 4th? I'd love to air that.
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
You have to ask them.
I'd love to air it here on July 4th. That'd be great.
So we're going to be up there in the next week or so taping it, and our interviews will air when?
They air later on in July.
When Peter's not here, right?
When Peter's on vacation. They're going to air, I believe, twice. But I'm actually going up there on Friday to live tape a segment.
Yeah, let's talk about that when we return. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about. Hey, it's 7:00 ever 7:01, and it's going to be another degree.
It's
day.
a scorcher.
It's a
low
scorcher.
90s today, but feel like over 100.
Oh my God!
Thunderstorms possible this afternoon.
And the same thing I think tomorrow. Basically,
same setup for tomorrow and Thursday, and then Friday rain.
Yes. But 79 on Friday, doesn't that sound like we're in the middle of winter?
And we're back into seasonable temperatures in the 80s for the weekend.
Oh, I love it.
And dry.
I love it. Well, so
you
July...
can get out the fur coats. It's going to be 79.
I wear... yeah, good. I can't wait. Hey,
Bob, do you have a hammer?
Yeah. Well, the reason why I chose this song, I was looking for a patriotic song, okay, to play and this year, because July 4th is the day after tomorrow. Or is it tomorrow?
It is tomorrow.
When I want a patriotic song, like when I taped the Mayor's Show, I brought out the Marine Band, man.
Oh, sure. Okay. So, I went looking, and, I'm having, we're all having, everybody is either getting excited about what's happening in Washington, or just getting perplexed and apoplectic, I guess.
Some people just don't care.
Yeah, and there's some that don't care. I am of the branch, so I look and I see Lee Greenwood, God bless the USA, so I listen to that. Then I listen to the Ballad of the Green Berets from years back, and then and all of the America the Beautiful and all of that. Peter, I just said, in this time of crisis in America, I can't play a patriotic song. So I then said, Woody Guthrie must have a patriotic song. And then I thought of Pete Seeger, which led me to Peter, Paul, and Mary. And I thought, this is about freedom. This is about where we are for all of us. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all through the land, etc., etc. It's the hammer of justice. It's the bell of freedom. It's a song about love between my brothers. And so here's Peter, Paul, and Mary.
We don't have to sing it now.
I don't have to. Peter, Paul, and Mary, If I Had a Hammer. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
If I had a hammer, I'd a hammer in the morning, I'd a hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd a hammer out danger, I'd a hammer out warning, I'd a hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Hey, Mark, wow, it's Tuesday, and we're here with Mark Auerbach, and I don't think I even introduced you. We just started talking.
I think people know me by now. You don't need to
you
you
are theater critic extraordinary and the host of Art Beat here on WSKB, and you're here once a month to gloriously help me do my show.
I'm here to help you fill time.
Yes, yeah.
Because if I had to do it every week, I'd just get one.
Your show is so good because you program it with, and you really work at asking good questions and whatever. I am sort of like, I'm the wanderer in the radio. I'm like Galahad or somebody who is what's the guy in Camelot that is searching forever and ever with his dog?
Don Quixote?
No.
That's a windmill searcher. Go up the pike. There's a windmill before the Lee exit.
But at any rate, you do some great shows with guests that are unbelievable. So you're doing it. You're doing a PBS thing.
The PBS thing has absolutely nothing to do with WSKB.
Oh, so we won't talk about it.
The Capitol
should talk about it.
I'm going up Friday to do a live taping with them for the local WGBY that's going to do a segment for Connecting Point.
Are they sending Carol up for that one?
Are they what?
Carol Lee?
I don't know.
I know her
I don't know who the
Carrie.
Carol Lee.
No, it's not Carol Lee McGrath. It's Carrie Saldo.
Carrie's coming up.
The reporter.
She's great. Yeah.
I don't know the details yet. I'm working only with their producer, and then on Saturday, Peter Coles and Patrick Berry and I are going up to Berkshire Theater Group. We're live taping a 2-hour special for their 90th anniversary season, which will air here on WSKB probably three or four times.
Sometimes it's Arts Beat, sometimes it's the Westfield News
Show.
Wow, maybe you could substitute one of those weeks when I'm off the air. You could play an Art Beat show and do just a little taping.
Well, we have some great Arts Beat shows.
Yeah.
The show is being designed that while Peter is away, it could be aired as often as the station chooses to air it, because we're not talking about specific days.
Yes.
We're not saying, well, it's today, it's Saturday, July 7th. We're just taping it. But what we're doing, it's their 90th anniversary season. The season opened in June with a really wonderful play called Church and State, which has since ended its run.
They have
a world premiere going right now, which I saw the other night, called Coming Back Like a Song. It's the story of Jimmy Van Heusen, Harold Arlen, and Irving Berlin that gather at Irving Berlin's townhouse in New York on Christmas Eve of 1956. And the three guys are worried that rock and roll is going to take over the music world because Elvis has just come out with a hit, and they're afraid that that's going to be the end of their songwriting careers. And while they're sitting there and bemoaning this fact, they're drinking a little bit and sitting around the piano and singing each other's hits. So,
oh my God! It sounds great.
It's an interesting show. It's
in development, you think, or it needs to be reworked a little bit?
It's a world premiere.
Yeah.
When you think of why Berkshire Theater Group started 90 years ago, it was in the heyday of what they called summer stock or the straw hat circuit, and these theaters around the country, like in the Berkshires or on the Cape or in New Hampshire and Vermont, they thrived because the theaters on Broadway weren't air conditioned, and so the stars of the day would leave New York in July and August to take their shows on the road, but they wouldn't take the shows they were starring in. They would take these light comedies and easy to transport little musicals.
Sure.
Coming Back Like a Song is like a typical summer stock show of the turn of the century, where you have a small cast. This had 3 people, and a piano player.
Yeah.
And they did some music. The discussion around the songs was really there to tie the songs together.
But you learn how they wrote the songs or stuff.
To a degree.
Yeah.
And
does Irving Berlin come off as a